Hello, everyone, and good day to you. This is Roger, of course, with Grubus Games Unlimited, creator of Dungeon Crusade and the Avalon Adventure board game, and I greatly welcome you to this intermission video. Wasn't really sure what to call this, but I wanted to stick it right here in the middle of the series because there's been a lot going on, a lot of exciting stuff, so I wanted to break away from the series and chat with you about all of it, and I think you're going to love this little update. But first, I hope everyone's doing great. I hope you're enjoying your summer, any games you may be playing. So it's nice to have you back here, and we're going to get right back into the series after this little intermission thing. But there is a lot, like on the screen here, as you can see, there's a lot going on that I think you're really going to love and be excited about. So again, thank you for your time, and I'm glad you're enjoying the series. Okay, let's get down to business because I want to get back to the regular series. This happened all last week, so please forgive me for a few days of not getting the rest of the videos out, but we're moving full steam ahead with this right after this video. But, okay, over here on the left side, I think you know how excited I am, and actually many people are, about the new game variant, which is going to be, it's an official variant, but I'm going to take a guess and I'm going to encourage you to play Dungeon Crusade with the evolved minions. I'm very excited to get to that video. So this was recently announced and it went over incredibly well. Everyone's excited for this, and we're going to touch on that. And you know, there was two things I wanted to address with the game, and we're of course finally doing that. This over here, which we're going to be getting into next, is the encounter phase. So it's good that we do this little intermission here and I chat with you. So the encounter deck, what we're going to be talking about is where you draw a card, and when I created this and all of these different things, there's challenges, events, environments, and then interlude. So what's going on now is, and we're going to touch on this more, notice here in the center, I don't know if you can read that, but it says Scalable Difficulty Reference Card. I'm very happy to announce, and actually over here now, just go over to the right, that all of the encounters scale to a hero's level. And I'm super happy about this, and I know a lot of fans of the game are. Also, this is ready for download right now for you. So there's a link in the description, so go ahead, grab it, and we're going to take a look at that in a moment. But to go over this real quickly, that there's a value. This is when you have to roll the d20, okay? And so notice over here where it says level 1 heroes, level 2 heroes, and level 3. So when your heroes are level 1 and they have to do one of the challenges or events, they can deduct 6 from the value printed on the card. So that scales to their level. So it's not, you know, something that's too tough for them. You know, that's very appropriate. When they're level 2, you can deduct 3 from that value printed on the card. And finally, at level 3, you just use the value on the card. That you can't deduct anything. So I know many people were very, very happy about this. It's been downloaded a lot already. So this is something I'm glad that we finally got to. And again, check the description for this, and you can download it. And let's just shoot over here right now. This is actually what you're going to get right here. I did the graphic design earlier in the week for this. So basically, you're just going to print this out, cut it out, and adhere each side together. You know, it's like to make a card. And, you know, or you could, if you want it to look really good, if you don't have a printer at home, just put that into a flash drive, a USB drive, take it to like a print center, a Office Max or Staples, and just print that out. I think it'll be $1 to do that, $1 if you're here in the US. And tell them you want it on photo paper, and it'll look almost just like what came with the game. And so, but you can see the art goes right along with it. So there you go. We now have these scalable encounter difficulty reference card for you. I was very happy about that. Another thing is, we'll get to real quick, the card samples have been sent out to this amazing company called Panda Card Sleeves. So these are on the way for you. It's going to take a few weeks, to be honest, guys, to get these done, but they're hard at work on this. And what else I had to tell you about that? Other than as soon as well, what's happening is I had to send the sample cards to their U.S. Like office here or over in California. So when they get the sample cards, they will forward those to their factory in China, and the project manager said they will be sending samples of the sleeves. So I know a lot of people were happy about this. We thank everyone at Panda Card Sleeves for this. So it's a really good partnership we've entered into with them. Also, you will be able to purchase these on the Panda Card Sleeves website, and I'll put a link in there so you could go check them out. Really awesome company, and I'll be doing like a little graphic design for like that packaging at the very top, and I have some really cool ideas for that. So for all you people that would like to sleeve your cards, Dungeon Crusade, the whole game, this is in the works for you. I'll keep you updated on that. Okay, so we went over this. So your encounter, your scalable difficulty reference card, you can download now. Card sleeves. And the big thing I am very excited about is the new game variant, official game variant, Evolved Minions. And there's actually a demo coming of this. Let's shoot over here. So I have kind of like here videos in the series. This is what we're going to be doing here. Right after this video, we're going to be going to the counter phase. That will be its own video. We'll then go into the Guardian phase. And then we are going to do the demo of the Evolved Minions. And I'm going to encourage you right now, whether you're new to the game, if you've played it, you're going to want to play the game with this. It is just so much fun. We're going to touch on this real quick. I'm going to save it for the game demo, but I'm really excited to share this with you because you're going to love it. But after our game demo of Evolved Minions, before we move on, I'm going to teach you a lot about the game, like the minion cards. We're going to break down a minion card, learn about the loot and gold roll. So we're going to be going over a lot of stuff in the Evolved Minions game demo, okay? And then I think tomorrow we're planning to wrap up the hero phase video, and then a separate video for the monster phase, and the video series will be concluded for now because we have a very exciting announcement to make when this is all wrapped up. So a lot of cool stuff on the horizon for you. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. So I'm going to try to briefly tell you what this is, the Evolved Minions. So if you're new, I think you'll catch this. It's not rocket science. People that have played like Rob and Ruben and just everyone out there, like, the hardcore Crusaders, Rick, you're going to get this instantly. So let me go over and tell you real quickly about this. Here's a Blackwood Prowler. This is a minion in the game. There's minions, champions, and guardians. And let me say first, the combat system for champions and guardians is not changing. That's very appropriate because they're high-level monsters. So no worries, that will not be changing. But with Evolved Minions, let's go over this. I have this on a separate page here. I want to go over this with you, and I'm going to read from it. But this is the benefits, truly the benefits that you are going to gain from playing Dungeon Crusade like this. But this game variant slightly reworks the combat system when heroes are combating the minions within the dungeon. And we'll shoot over here, like some info right there. With this new official game variant, you can expect these benefits while playing Dungeon Crusade. Greatly, and that's in all caps, greatly reduces playtime, significantly speeds up the monster phase. Combat with minions is now one versus one, like a duel. Combat with minions now only takes seconds to resolve, 10 to 15 seconds. Much smoother gameplay. Minions now randomly select one of their 3 warfare types to attack a hero with a simple AI routine you'll use. Heroes will never know what warfare type a minion will select before engaging in combat. The final strike die has been added when combating minions, and a final strike die it's the D20. This enhances gameplay considerably, adheres to the Dungeon Crusade gameplay and fits perfectly. It is fun, enjoyable, and it adds a certain planning and tactics when considering to attack a minion with a particular hero. Finally, counterattack can still be used in the monster phase. It truly, everything I just read, you are going to see in this demo, and again, I think you're going to love it. But let's go back over here at this minion real quick, and just go over this quickly with you. But if you consider what minions are the trash mobs in the game. You know, they're the lowest level monster and creature in Dungeon Crusade. So while they are versed in the three warfare types, and let me, for people who are new, notice like right here, I'm circling, that's arcane warfare, here's spiritual warfare, and here is chaos warfare. And then they're kind of tied to these tokens. You're going to be shuffling these tokens. So here's arcane, here's spiritual, and right here is chaos, okay? So that all goes together. Let me wipe that out. So what happens now is when, it's a 1 versus 1 battle. So when you send a hero to attack a minion, you don't know which of these warfare types it's going to select, because it only selects one of the three. So there's kind of this strategy and tactics, considering, like we were talking about, your heroes being proficient in certain warfare types. And it's like this cool element of surprise, Say like, you want like Maheliak, he excels at chaos warfare. So you're hoping if you send him after the Blackwood Prowler, would select chaos warfare because he's very strong with that. And he's most likely going to land a hit because he can add to the die roll, where possibly this Blackwood Prowler will pick arcane, which, from our discussion in the other videos, Maheliak is he's not proficient in that. So it's going to be a tough battle. So it's kind of this, like, you're always curious of what this minion will kind of pull out of its bag of the 3 warfare types. And it just, again, it works beautifully. It enhances the game by so much. So I think that's all we're going to talk about for now, because I want to save that for the when we do the demo. And I'm going to have a lot of like little battles going on in the dungeon, and we're going to have a good time with this. And I'm excited to shoot that video, and I'd love to do it later today and just get it out for you. But shooting back over here, I had put some, we're going to talk about it then, but I think all this stuff is the final strike die. We'll touch on this really quick. Remember we were talking about the left hand and right hand? Right here we have Palum, our rogue, and there's actually the Blackwood Prowler. So it's real simple. So say that you're going to, she's going to attack the Blackwood Prowler. So of course she would move adjacent to it. I can't move her, but she would be adjacent to it. And then you're going to take this battle token here. It says phase 1, and you just simply say what weapon you're going to attack with. You're going to shuffle the 3 warfare tokens. If this Blackwood Prowler, you're going to take the arcane, the spiritual, the chaos, give them a shuffle, and randomly select one. That's the one warfare type that minion is going to use. And if you have the game now, you could actually start playing this. This isn't hard at all. So let's say that chaos warfare came up. Okay, so we're going to take the battle token 1 and simply put it on the Forester Axe, because this will give her a +1. I don't know if you can see that. +1 the chaos warfare, and she'll do 1 damage. It's as simple as that. Then basically, you take the chaos warfare dice, the black dice, and the final strike die, and you roll them. See the value here? Let me get my pen back. Again, you could start using this just from this simple instructions I'm giving you now, but no, I'm working on the graphic design and the rule set to put into the quick reference guide, but you can using this right away. Please forgive me, my camera had stopped. I had to restart here. So But what I'm going to teach you, you can use this right now. So let's go over this real quick. Let me get my red pen here. Okay, so again, we shuffled those 3 warfare tokens, arcane, spiritual, and chaos. Shuffle, pull 1 out. Chaos, warfare had come up. So notice this 10 right here on the Blackwood Prowler's card. This is what a hero, when they roll the warfare dice and the final strike die, they have to meet or exceed that value. If they successfully do that, they land 1 hit on this minion. So looking over here, we declared the Forester Axe to attack with, correct? We could add +1 to Chaos Warfare rolls, and it does 1 damage. So we could put 1 damage on the Blackwood Prowler. Now notice, say that total is lower than this. And remember, on our hero card, I believe it was +2 to Chaos Warfare. The Forester Axe is +3. So when you add that to the dice, let's say it was like 3, a 2 and a 1. Of course, even adding that, that's only 6. Notice the 1 right here. The Blackwood Prowler would do 1 damage to Palom. So what we do is we get the Chaos Warfare dice, at the start of the battle, but we also grab the final strike die and we roll those together. You process the Chaos Warfare dice first, so we're going to say it's 11. The Forester Axe was what, +1, and then +2 on our hero card because she's proficient in Chaos Warfare. She has scored 1 hit. We put a damage marker on there. Now, what's interesting is the final strike die. Well, let's go over this first. So here we are. You have to move adjacent to attack. So picture this. The Chaos Warfare roll is like maybe the Blackwood Prowler lunged at Palom, and Palom swiped at it with the axe at the Blackwood Prowler. So it's like a real, that's the initial attack. Okay, the final strike die, kind of picture they're going back now, like they're drawing back and they're going to each try to get 1 more strike. See what I mean? It's kind of thematic to me, at least. That's how I think of it. So what you have to do is this. See how, let's say an 8 came up, that's 10. You are permitted to add your Chaos Warfare bonuses to the final strike die, just like you did with the Chaos Warfare. So there was 2 on her card, +2, that would be 10. We already met it, but we could add +1 from the Forester Axe, so that's 11. So she just kind of grazed that Blackwood Prowler, and again, to put another damage on that. So remember, you could always add your bonuses from that warfare to the final strike die. So if that had happened, she would have killed the Blackwood Prowler. And that's really, you could start playing it with what I just explained right there. Hopefully that was easy enough. So let's go over this again real quickly. Say we shuffled the Arcane, Spiritual, and Chaos Warfare tokens. Spiritual Warfare came up, right? And we'll say that, she declares, again, the Forester Axe. Remember, you can use any weapon to attack with. If she lands a hit, she'll do 1 damage. You roll the Spiritual Warfare dice along with the final strike die. And then you would add, Palom could add any bonuses she had to the Spiritual Warfare dice and to the final strike die. And that's simply how it works. So hopefully you can see this is over in seconds. It does not take long, and there's just this element of surprise because you don't know what warfare type the minion's going to pull out. And so, how I can consider this? I grew up playing those awesome fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Killer Instinct. I love Killer Instinct. So it's kind of like Jorah Oakheart, our priest, versus this Wraith. And then Enwyn Shadowleaf, our archer, versus the Skeletal Grunt. And then Mahaliak, our barbarian, versus the Orc archer. Kind of like, almost like a fighting game. I just think it's, kind of a cool concept for this. So that is exactly how this works with the final strike die. And hopefully you can see how quickly this goes now. And I apologize, I got cut off again. But what I was saying is, I pretty much laid out the rule set right there. But please know, it will be in the quick reference guide for you with, some nice graphic design I'll do. And it's very simple. I mean, I just explained what it is, and you can start using that. And again, but in the video, we're going to shoot over here real quick and we'll wrap this up. Here's our list of what we're going to be, the menu for what we're going to be doing. So expect the encounter and guardian phase very shortly. And again, the evolved minions game demo. But right from that game demo, you know, I'm going to have some battles set up throughout the dungeon. So we're going to do a lot of battles, and I think we're going to have a really fun time with this. And you're going to know how to play this right from that. And again, we'll go over minion cards and all that. So there's a lot to look forward to. So I'm going to close out with that. Thank you guys. I truly love you guys. I love hanging out with you. And there's, you know, I'm just so happy with these two things in the game now. The evolved minions and our scalable difficulty reference card. Very excited. Okay, I'm going to get to work here. Stay tuned for the encounter phase. And I hope everyone has a great day. And I'm going to be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.